So I really never thought I was gonna make a video like this, but I'm still experiencing it in my life, and I know I can't be the only one on the spiritual journey to experience this. Now, I know this mostly stems from the gay community because, you know, a lot of people want to experiment, but this also stems to straights and also as well to people who are having difficulties in love, and that is, why is it that you're attracting third-party relationships? And I know that a lot of people are very confused on why is it that I can't have the person that I want? Why is it that I attract couples? Why is it that it seems like I just can't have one person to want me? Well, in today's episode, you're going to learn how to overcome third-party relationships, but also understand the spiritual meaning behind why you attract them. And just know, this is going to resonate for some people, not all, but when it does, not only do I guarantee that you will learn how to overcome third-party relationships, but you'll finally understand the magnetic energy that you hold to repel that, but also attract what is it that you desire in your life. What is already fucking up. What is Gooch Gooch, you beautiful beings? Welcome back, AwakenOne's on another episode on Embracing Century Series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, welcome, boo-boo. So glad to have you here. On this channel, I speak about spiritual development, emotional awareness, and I do guided readings for each zodiac sign, and I talk about things I feel need to be talked about because it's our divine right to know more than what we have been told. And I've been through a lot of my journey that's helped me heal, and I found ways to heal myself, and I feel like it would be too selfish not to share these golden nuggets with you. But other than that, beautiful beings, so glad to have you here. And if you want to know any of my business inquiries or more about me, then you go in the description box below this video. But other than that, let's jump right into this video. And if it does resonate, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Now, I've been led to do the theme this week regarding relationships and love.
I don't know anything.
Even though I'm single, I'm choosing to be single because I've been through the ringer when it comes to relationships and love. And this is why I want to share with you today how to overcome third-party relationships. 3 ways how to overcome third-party relationships, because I've experienced nothing but third-party relationships. And don't get me wrong, you guys, I never was a saint either. I put some people in third-party relationships as well. But since I know the dynamics between both sides, I could definitely share the spiritual essence and the meanings behind why we act the way that we do and why we attract what we attract. So, beautiful beings, before we get into this, I want to share with you, my experience of what I've been through in my life. So, I am lesbian. I really do love women. But, a lot of women nowadays just want to experiment. And I attract a lot of couples as well who want to experiment with me or with their man. And I'm not into that. I'm not into that shit. I'm really fucking not into that shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not confused about my sexuality. There have been times where I did have, intimate moments with men, but because I was lonely, I was in my toxic state of loneliness. But deep down, I always knew what I wanted. And the only reason why I kept attracting emotionally unavailable people, third-party relationships, all these things is because I hold a power that a lot of people can't handle. That's why a lot of people, like, when you meet me or even see me, it seems like my standards are high. Of course, my standards are high because you got to know your worth. And this is how I want to share with you today, how to know your worth, but not to allow this to give you a pessimistic outlook on love and people. Because here is the thing. The meaning behind why we attract third-party relationships is because there is a part of you that has a healing mechanism to you. Meaning that you have a magnetic energy that people resonate with. Like for me, I have a very sexual energy. I don't mean that in a way where like I'm lustful or anything. I just have a very magnetic energy where I seem very fucking tempting. And it's crazy because my card in tarot is a devil card. Fucking tempting. It kind of sucks, man, a little bit. But I realized, I've always attracted women that I wanted. They didn't want me. I always choose men over me. Or when I was with women, they would cheat on me with men. Or, having couples attracted to me. Or what here's a weird dynamic as well. When you're feminine, but you like for me, I'm kind of like an alpha feminine, so I always attract very feminine men, and I always attract really masculine women. It's the most oddest thing ever. But when I'm in my feminine energy, it's like I still attract the opposite, but in the opposite sex. It's the most weirdest thing I've realized in my life. And you know, when you're on this spiritual journey, you start awakening your heart chakra, you start to recognize the patterns within connections and your relationship dynamics. So when you start recognizing these patterns, you start recognizing why is it that you are attracting certain things over and over and over. And that's what I want to share with you today. You might have been recognizing that you've been attracting nothing but third-party relationships, and it always seems one-sided, or always seems like you're never chosen. Well, today I want to share with you that it's not because of you. It's because of you, but it's not because of you. And it's a good fucking thing. And I share this because for a long time I thought there was something wrong with me. I thought I deserved love. But I had to really figure out, going within my own journey, going within my own healing, that in my past life I was still experiencing this. So of course, what happens in our past life can ripple into this current lifetime. But we're not going to get too into that. But since I've gone through my experience and gone through my own little awakenings and epiphanies, I started to recognize, you know, what I attract and why is it. And the thing is, we have to understand energetically how we operate in relationships, because that is where our attraction lies. Understanding how your frequency works in connections is the reason why you attract certain different frequencies within people and dynamics. So you got to be very aware of how you show up in relationships and what you are attracted to that keeps you in this repetitive cycle of suffering and not getting what you deserve. So let's get into 3 ways of how to overcome third-party relationships. And you guys, this is going to be very fucking deep. And I say it's going to be very deep because it's going to hit you. But don't think of what I'm going to share with you like it's egotistical or it's selfish. Well, you know, we deserve to be selfish, because no one's going to know our worth. No one's going to love us the way that we need to love ourselves. And no one's going to give us what we need until we are that and we exude and reflect that out into the world so people can give that back to us. But you know, everything I'm going to share with you, it's going to sound a little bit egotistical. I'm not going to lie, but there's a such thing as having a healthy ego. I'm going to do a new video on that, the difference between toxic ego and healthy ego. So let me know what you guys think if you want me to do a video like that. But there's a huge difference between toxic ego and a healthy ego. It's important to have a healthy ego, because your ego really is here to defend you, to protect you, to do what's best for you, to make sure you go out and get what the fuck you deserve. So I want to share with you all of this so you can develop a healthy ego, because we can never get rid of it. Our ego is our flesh. Our ego is what gives us this existence and this physicality. So we have to honor it to understand how to work with it. Why are you guys so loud all of a sudden? Yeah, no birds when I didn't start this video until now. But you know, I attract a lot of animals because, you know, I'm just like kind of spirit, you know what I mean? But other than that, beautiful beings, this is coming from pure fucking love, and I want to teach you how to fucking love yourself. So do not think of this as it's wrong or feel guilty. Sometimes we do gotta be selfish, so we recognize who we are and what we bring to the damn table, so we can get that reflection and recognition and reciprocation in return. So now this is, like I said, this is gonna be for mostly my lesbians, mostly my gays, you know, because we go through the most pain through relationships, because a lot of people want to experiment with us, and you know, we're used as a convenience, so it's kind of a little tough. But this is also for straights and people who are having difficulties in love and who are a little confused about, you know, their sexuality maybe. Because for me, like, even though I want to marry a woman, there are times I do have sex with men because I feel lonely because I don't have a woman. So if you are in that same dynamic, then this is going to resonate with you. So let's start off with the first way. Hey, squeeze me. Hey, can you go over there? Can you go somewhere else? God, I don't think pictures are real. I don't think they're real. But so don't mind the noise, you guys. So the first way to overcome a third-party relationship, this is fucking deep, you guys. This is really deep. Recognize this. You're too worthy. Recognize you are so fucking worthy. Listen, when you got someone who doesn't want to leave a marriage, doesn't want to leave a relationship, or someone who maybe just got a relationship, or someone, you know, who just doesn't want a relationship, you know, you may attract this and you may feel rejected. And you may feel like there's something wrong with you in that state of always consistently getting rejected. Because when you go through third-party relationships, there's a consistent state of rejection, and it really takes a toll on you. It really fucking does. It takes a toll on your self-image, takes a toll on your self-esteem, it takes a toll on how you perceive love. So this is why I want to change this for you. And this is the first way to overcome it, is understanding you're too worthy. When you attract these type of people and they don't want you, it's because they don't know how to give you what you deserve. So really, it's not that you're not worthy, it's that you're too fucking worthy and they aren't. And I hate to say it this way, it may sound very egotistical, but let's be honest. A lot of people don't even recognize their own worth. A lot of people don't recognize their own worth. So that's why they treat people the way that they do. That's why I'm telling you, it has nothing to do with you, but it does have everything to do with you because you're too fucking worthy. Not everyone deserves your energy, your love, your time, your attention, your affection. Not everyone deserves that shit. And maybe some of you who do, you know, when you get excited, because, you know, when you're on the spiritual journey and you open up your heart, you know what love is all about. You know what love is all about. So it's just like, you know how to give it, you know how to receive it. But sometimes when we get a little bit of that attention, it's just like we give our all too quickly, too soon. And that shows people how, oh, they're willing to give this to me so early, so quickly. Well, let's see what else I can take. And this is why you got to understand the energy you hold, how magnetic and how powerful and how sacred it is, to the point that you need to learn how to pull your energy back and understanding the dynamic that you're in and how you are going to maneuver in it in a way where it's going to make you feel liberated, not worthless. Like for example, there's a girl that I recently told that I like it, but she likes to die. And my friend tells me, well, give her an ultimatum, you know, let her know. She may be confused. She may be ashamed of not wanting a woman. But, and when he said that, I was like, fuck no, I'm not going to give an ultimatum. Fuck no. That is so selfish to manipulate someone so I can get what I want. I will not chase and I will not force. And I pulled my energy back to myself and I recognized I'm too worthy and they aren't worthy of me. And guess what, you guys? That is okay to recognize that. It is okay to recognize that your love is so rare, so unique. And recognizing that if someone doesn't deserve that, that is okay. Don't feel guilty, but just know they just don't deserve it. They just don't. So understanding too worthy is not being egotistical. Too worthy is understanding the sacred energy that you hold and recognizing that, you know, who is deserving of that and worthy of that. So let's get into the second way to overcome third-party relationships, and that is, this is going to be a big one. And I know it's hard for a lot of people because us humans, we may be spiritual, multidimensional beings, but us humans, we have this fucking tendency to attach ourselves to things and feel so entitled to the point where we're attached. We suffer when we don't have that thing or we don't have control over it. And that is such a very limited way to live, as my ear rings. And I say limited because this universe is so vast and so abundant. There's so many different ways, so many different people in this world that you can experience that are ready to meet you, that are excited to meet you. So it's just like, this is going to be a big one. It's going to be a hard one to overcome. But when you learn to do this and overcome this, you will walk in the room and not care if people like you. You'll walk in the room and think about, do I like these people? That's the goal. So the second way to overcome a third-party relationship is, y'all ready? I know y'all aren't ready, but you're going to get it anyways. And that is, be okay not being chosen. I know, you guys. I know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Because when we want something, we fucking want it. As humans, we fucking want it. But sometimes what we want may not be good for us. And spirit knows that. Our hearts know that. Our subconscious mind even fucking knows that. Even if it's filled with the toxic patterns that you still haven't resolved yet. It still knows that. So, be okay not being chosen. Get ready for this. Others settle because your love is real. Others are into fake toxic love. Let's get into this. Let's dive into this shit right now, you guys. Alright. Be okay not being chosen because Like I said, this universe is so abundant. There's so many other people who are ready and excited to meet you. But be okay not being chosen, because at the end of the day, when you learn to take your power back, you have no attachments, and you'll be able to recognize, is this person really good for me? You start to see the flags, you start to see the tendencies, you start to see a lot of things, and that makes you recognize, I was in the state of desperation, but now you're in the state of clarity. So be all right not being chosen, because it's going to teach you the people that you really don't want to attract anymore. And not only that, be okay being chosen, because when people don't choose you, here's the thing. When you're on this journey, you know how love is, and you know you're light, and you know your heart, boo boo. Listen, that shit's bright as fuck. It's so bright that, yeah, you do attract moths, but it's so bright that the darkness can't stand your light. But the darkness does need healing and love too. Misery loves company. You know what I mean? So... But the thing is, when your love is real, when your love is honest, when your love is authentic, a lot of people can't handle that shit. So the reason why they don't choose you is because they rather settle. Because you have to understand, you guys, when you're at an energetic frequency, everyone has an energetic frequency bandwidth that they're at. So if you're at an energetic frequency where you're vibrating at the frequency of love and your heart is fully open to that, and you're actually attract someone who needs that healing, who needs that love, but is at a vibrational wavelength lower than yours, understand that it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you when they don't choose you. They are at a certain frequency bandwidth, so they have to have someone else who's going to match that frequency bandwidth so they can keep up with their tendencies, which is usually toxic love. You get what I'm saying, you guys? So when you're at a high vibrational frequency bandwidth, which is crazy, a lot of high vibrational people find themselves alone, but it's because there's a lot of people who aren't on that bandwidth. That's what I'm saying. Be okay not being chosen, because it's not personal. People just settle in the comfortability of their vibration that they're at. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. So just because someone doesn't choose you, it just means that they have to relive out their toxicity, because a lot of people don't know how to heal. A lot of people don't want to see their bullshit. So what do? They rather settle. So be okay not being chosen, because it just means that you are a real one, you got power, and you have a mission. You have a purpose here. And a lot of people don't know their purpose, so they rather settle than have something real, because something real is scary, and something that is not real is easier. I'm just saying. I'm gonna be honest. All right, guys, let's get to the last one. This one. When I figured this shit out, I wanted to cry. I wanted to cry because literally it was like so much of a fucking collage of pain, of rejection, betrayal, and relationships came to the surface so quickly and got healed immediately. When I figured this shit out, and I just bruh, like, I'm so excited to share it. I'm so excited to share it, because this is going to be mind-blowing. This is going to blow your fucking mind, and I know it's going to make you realize that, damn, my soul is so beautiful. I'm so loving. I'm the best thing. I am the one. So, you guys, the last and final way to overcome third-party relationships is, you ready? Of course, forgiveness. Forgive your past. Forgive your past relationships. But you gotta look at forgiveness in a different way. And this is what I figured out. Yes, forgiveness has absolutely nothing to do with the other person, it has everything to do with you. But the way to forgive that people don't know, and that is how to overcome third-party relationships and difficulties in connections and change your perspective about love, period. This is it. Forgive others because they only treated you the way they feel about themselves. I'm going to say that again. Forgive others because they only treated you the way they feel about themselves. Let that sink in for a bit. I'm going to let that sink in for a bit. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? I feel like a lot of you guys are like, what? Holy shit. Yes. Like I said, you guys, when people don't choose you, people don't want you, when people use you, when people emotionally manipulate you, when people use you as a convenience, that has nothing to do with you. You are literally just a reflection of the bullshit that they don't want to see, but they're still playing out. Like I said, people need to play out their frequency bandwidth that they're at, because that's their state of comfortability. The way they treat you has nothing to do with you. The way they treat you is actually the habits and the thought patterns and the beliefs they picked up as childhood to make them believe this is what love is. The majority of people have a false perspective about love, and a toxic one at that. So the third way and the last way to overcome third-party relationships is to forgive others for treating you the way that they feel about themselves. Because at the end of the day, the reason why someone treated you the way that they did is because all that darkness is coming from a state of pain. And what happens? All darkness, all evil, all pain just wants love. It just wants love. Like I said, misery loves company. But it's important to forgive, because forgiveness shows how much you're willing to have an open heart and believe that no matter what, love is around. And let me tell you guys, I'm going to give you a bonus exercise so you guys can allow more love and easily into your hearts, and also be able to recognize your worth, to repel and discern what is not good for you or who does not deserve you. So I'm going to share with you this little trick that I do every morning that's been really helping me understand my worth, be in my own body, and also really recognize, damn, there's love everywhere. There's just fucking love everywhere. The sun, the grass, my phone, my shirt, my clothes, everything. Everything. We're all loved. We're all supported. We all have these resources. There's love everywhere. It's not just in a relationship. But when you learn how to recognize the love within you and everywhere else, that energy around you and your aura will attract a person that is at that frequency bandwidth, the same level you are, that is going to be healthy for you. So here's this exercise that I do, you guys. So every morning, I literally just I lay in my bed. As I lay in my bed, I intentionally allow my body to trust the surface underneath me to hold me. So meaning I'm allowing myself to fully surrender and feel safe. Because when we don't feel safe in our bodies, then what do? We're always desperate for the outside world to give us that state of stability and groundingness. So when you learn how to set an intention to be grounded within yourself, you're in your own frame to the point you're not needing anything. And that's how you have magnetic energy, rather than being desperate for energy to fulfill the energy that you need to do on your own. So the way that I do this, like I said, I lay in my bed and allow myself to surrender in the moment. And as I do this very weird thing. I don't know why it just came out of nowhere. So I imagine myself that a green seed appears in my hand, and it's very mystical, and I purposely put all my attention on it as if it's real so I can physically feel it. And as I do, I imagine it putting it into my heart center. And as it does, I imagine that seed penetrating the core, the light within my heart, to exude that light and expand it out. And the light within us, it's already white. So I imagine that green seed is turning the white light within my heart green, because that is the heart chakra. So it starts to expand, and that aura, that energetic field around your heart starts to expand, and starts to expand around your body. And when you start to imagine that green light start to expand, what I like to do is like this. I like to imagine myself making a portal. And I imagine as I'm making the portal, that portal is being created from that light within my heart. So I'm just imagining this portal being formed with the green light in my heart. And as I do, I just imagine a green energetic rope coming out of that portal. And all I say is that I'm pulling my love back. I'm pulling my love back. I'm pulling Brittany back. I'm pulling everything that belongs to Brittany back. And here's the beautiful thing. When I've done this exercise, I've done it for about a week already. It's opened up my heart. I've never felt love the way that I felt before. I've cried so much, and I've forgiven more than I ever have in my life. This exercise has been the most powerful exercise to help me overcome third-party relationships and recognize my worth. And I share it with you guys because I desire the same thing for you. Because I know if I'm going through this, I am the only one, and I know you may think love is tough, love is painful, you would never find it. That is not true. Everything I shared with you today is for you to recognize that this world is a little, it's probably not worthy for you kind of feeling. That's what it kind of is. So you got to recognize that power within you. You got to recognize that your love is sacred. And when you can honor that sacredness of love that you hold in your heart that you want to get, you will recognize there's no need to be pessimistic about it. Because the only reason why we grieve over wanting love is because we have a lot of love to give. And we just don't want to have it for ourselves. That's all. So beautiful beings, that is an exercise that's helped me open up my heart, recognize love without needing it from other people and other things. And here's the crazy thing. Since I've done this, I've started to find out a lot of people have a crush on me. A lot of people are attracted to me, and I'm like, what? Like, I was just shocked. I was so fucking shocked that, wow, my energy is that magnetic. And it is. I know that I'm sexually blessed. I know that my love is very rare, and I have a healing touch. I know this. But I share all this with you because when you start to recognize the love that you hold within you and who you are as a soul, you would never, ever, ever, ever fucking think love is painful. You will only recognize it's just people that are in pain. I'm gonna end it right there, beautiful beings. Oh, before I do, actually, I want you to understand, when people who are in third parties want to experiment, even if they say, they would never get jealous, those people aren't happy. Those people aren't happy. People who want to experiment and not have one partner are just simply not happy in their connections. So never take it fucking personal. Please don't. Other than that, beautiful beings, that's all I want to share with you today. 3 ways to overcome third-party relationships. And I know this was probably mind-blowing, probably really different than what you ever heard. But it has worked for me, and I guarantee it will work for you. But do it in a way where you're making sure your ego is getting healthy, rather than being someone who thinks you're better than someone else or thinks no one is deserving of you. That's not the goal, you guys. That's not the goal. Our goal is to have our heart open, not closed. So take everything that I share with you with an open heart and understand it's not here to teach you to resent. It's here to teach you to honor your existence, to honor who you are, and to give yourself the recognition that you fucking deserve. So other than that, beautiful beings, I love you guys so much. I really hope this benefited you. I really hope it helped. And if it did, please leave your feedback in the comment section below. I really love connecting with you guys, and I want to a lot more. But then if you have any video suggestions as well as that you feel will help you in your relationship dynamics, then let me know that in the comment section below. But don't forget to hit this like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification button. And want to know any of my business requires readings, healings, whatever it is, all that information will be down in the description box below. Until then, you guys, I love you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.